Crassula ovata or jade plant is a unique and magical small tree. It brings wealth and well-being to any home. But getting a Crassula, one may not even understand that it's not just a talisman of luck and wealth, but also a kind of small pharmacy on the windowsill. The plant is very good for both physical and mental health of all the people living in the place. Crassula ovata, also known as money tree, is used as an indispensable cure for numerous diseases since the ancient times. It purifies the home from negative energy, and if the owner treats the jade plant with love and care, it will take care of the owner in return. A bit of history. The plant has many names: Crassula, jade plant, lucky plant, money plant, or money tree. The origins of this miraculous plant are in Africa. It's common in the dry tropics of South Arabia and in the south and southwest of the Madagascar island. Long ago, people used to believe that jade plant is sacred because of its property to bring happiness, love, and well-being. This belief was based on the beautiful legend about the Tree of Sun. It says that if you do good things in your earthly life, then in the afterlife you will be given a place in the paradise. The first way to use this unusual plant was found by the Chinese. We know it from Feng Shui, the Taoist tradition of symbolic understanding of space. They began to use the unique energy of the plant because its leaves can gain the helpful energy and pass it on to the owner. In China, it's believed to this day that the tree is a living being that is constantly growing and evolving. Therefore, if situated in the room in a right way, the money tree will have a positive effect on the wealth, spiritual development, and creativity of the residents. The name Crassula comes from Latin, meaning thick, referring to the thickening of the succulent leaves. Medicinal properties of jade plant. It's a common knowledge that Crassula is a powerful talisman of wealth, but not everyone knows that it's also a unique healing plant. Its medicinal properties are quite numerous. The money tree contains substances and components that help in curing a number of diseases. These substances are essential oils, volatile substances, alkaloids, flavonoids, and so on. These substances are of great benefit for the human body. However, Crassula leaves can be harmful, as they contain arsenic compounds, which can harm the human nervous system. Therefore, it should be used with great caution and only after consulting a doctor. The accumulation of large amounts of arsenic in the body can cause diarrhea, nausea, vomiting, dizziness, and even mental breakdown or loss of consciousness. The plant is used for healing wounds and as antiviral, bactericidal, anti-inflammatory, and analgesic mean. Most often, it's used externally to treat various skin diseases and other conditions, but sometimes it's taken orally in small quantities and only with the permission of a specialist. A jade plant growing in an apartment indicates the health condition of the people living in it. It has an ability to absorb negative energy. When it takes too much of it, it gets sick and starts to wither. As soon as the owner recovers, the tree will also restore its previous state. Crassula is a unique filter that absorbs everything bad from the room, purifying its energy. Indications for use. It's very difficult to tell about all the diseases that this miraculous plant can heal, since its use in medicine is quite extensive. Here are some troubles that the money tree can help you with. Arthritis. During an exacerbation of chronic arthritis, when the joints become inflamed and begin to ache, the sap of the plant may help. Apply it to sore places on the body and wrap them in wool cloth before going to bed. Such a remedy will quickly remove swelling and relieve pain. Acute and chronic tonsillitis. A gargle of boiled water and jade plant sap will quickly ease the pain and eliminate the inflammatory process. Hemorrhoids are also treatable by this amazing natural doctor. The recipe is very simple. Take a leaf of the plant, cut it lengthwise so that it starts to give juice, and then apply it to the sore place. This remedy can eliminate pain and inflammation in a very short time. However, you should know that it will only help at the first stage of the disease. If hemorrhoids have lasted for a long time, then a more effective treatment should be used. Herpes can be prevented at the very beginning. Right after you see the first symptoms of the unpleasant disease, apply Crassula sap to the affected area. If the disease continues to develop, then you should apply the sap twice an hour for a day. It will help cure the disease much faster. In case of a cold, the money tree sap will also save you. Mix it with warm boiled water and instill 2 drops into each nasal passage. It will relieve itching and reduce the symptom of runny nose. Preparing a tincture from jade plant sap and applying it to sore areas as compresses may help with varicose vein. The tincture may also be applied externally without compresses. It will relieve pain and swelling. If you suffer from callus, take a leaf of the plant, cut it lengthwise and fix it with a plaster on the sore area. Minor burns may also be treated this way. In case of a stomach or duodenal ulcer, it's recommended to eat 2 properly washed jade plant leaves 3 times a day 1 hour before meals. For kidney diseases, prepare an infusion from 5 Crassula leaves crushed in a blender and a glass of boiled water. It should be brewed for about an hour and then taken 3 times a day a quarter of an hour before meals. Gruel of Crassula leaves is also used for treating various kinds of wounds, scratches, cuts, and abscesses. The spots of insect bites can be smeared with the sap to get rid of itching. Here's what the plant can also help you with: gout, trophic ulcers, bruises and sprains, polyps in the nasal cavity, frostbite, stomatitis, thrombophlebitis, inflammation of the oral cavity, arthrosis, osteochondrosis, dermatitis, and so on. Folk recipes. Adherents of traditional medicine use the money tree widely. Various infusions, tinctures, and ointments are made from Crassula and stored for future use. Here's the recipe of an ointment based on Vaseline and Crassula sap. Mince 10 large leaves of the plant in a blender. Get the sap by squeezing it through cheesecloth. Mix it with Vaseline at 1:1 ratio. Mix the substance thoroughly and store it in the fridge. Such an ointment can help you get rid of hemorrhoids and bumps. Apply it with a cotton swab to the sore area twice a day and leave it on for 15 minutes. And this is how to make an alcohol-based tincture for joint pain. Fill a half-liter jar with grinded Crassula leaves by a third. Fill the rest of the jar with vodka and close with a plastic lid. Keep it in a dark, cool place for a month. Shake it from time to time, and then store in the fridge. The tincture is used externally on the joints affected by arthritis, arthrosis, and gout. It's also applied to relieve pain in muscles. In case of acute or chronic rhinitis, you can do nasal irrigations. This is how to prepare the liquid. Crush and squeeze out the sap from 10 Crassula leaves. Filter it through several layers of cheesecloth. Dilute the sap with 180 milliliters of boiled water. Use the solution for nasal irrigations 3 times a day. This remedy will help with long-lasting or chronic rhinitis as well as sinusitis. If you're dealing with nail fungus, use the following remedy. Grind several Crassula leaves into gruel with a grater. Put the gruel on a piece of cheesecloth folded several times. Put it on the sore spot. Fix it with a plaster and leave it on overnight. If the sap is collected and filtered right, it can be stored in the fridge for up to 1 year. Crassula in cosmetology. The condition of the face skin is important for women at any age. This is why facial masks made of money tree are especially popular among ladies. They help keep the skin young and healthy for a long time. Here are a few recipes for different types of face masks that will make your skin beautiful and smooth. Masks for oily skin. You will need a few Crassula leaves, chicken egg white, a teaspoon of oat groats. Wash and dry the leaves, then put them in a blender and pulse until a gruely consistency. Whip the egg white and mix it with oat and 1 teaspoon of leaves, then grind everything again. Apply the substance to clean skin except for the areas near the eyes and lips. Leave it on for 15 minutes. Do it once a day for a week. Rejuvenating mask. To make it, you will need 1 teaspoon of Crassula leaves gruel, 1 teaspoon of room temperature milk, 1 teaspoon of natural honey, half a teaspoon of fresh yeast, 8 drops of vitamin E. Mix all the ingredients thoroughly. The mask is applied for 15 minutes onto clean face skin, avoiding the eyes and lip areas. It's recommended to apply the mask once a day for a week. Skin lightening mask. Is there a girl who doesn't want to have light and perfect facial skin? This mask will be especially helpful for redheads who often have freckles on their faces. Take a teaspoon of the jade plant leaves gruel, a teaspoon of parsley gruel, a teaspoon of fatty sour cream, half a teaspoon of lemon juice. Mix the components thoroughly, apply to the face using cheesecloth, and leave it on for 15 minutes. It's also recommended to apply the mask once a day for a week. Contraindications of Crassula. Although the remedies made from Crassula are plant-based, they have a number of contraindications due to arsenic contained in money tree. It's contraindicated for pregnant and lactating women, children and young people under the age of 16, people with allergic reactions to the plant. It's also forbidden to use Crassula-based products for long periods. In order to determine if you're allergic to Crassula, you need to drop some plant sap onto the thin elbow skin and observe the reaction. Redness, itching, or burning are the signs of allergies, and in this case, the use of Crassula is strongly contraindicated. Anyway, it's advisable to consult the attending physician before starting the treatment with money tree, so as not to harm your health. That's all we wanted to tell you today. Make sure to click the like, subscribe, and share buttons below. Be healthy, take care of yourself, and see you soon!